Hi all, this is Keshia, your spiritual teacher and energy healer. I help people to identify their unique gifts. And in today's episode, I wanted to talk about relationships and love. Okay? Finding the person that you are designed to find. All right? Now, I've created a program and I'll be launching that soon. So, as you're interested, let me know because this is mainly for people that are still searching for their love of their life. But if you're in a relationship, and I know relationships is hard work, sometimes you're going to have your down, you're going to have your ruts and all this other stuff. And as you're growing, one might grow this way, one might grow that way. How do you save the whole thing? You know, what's the deal? So, just on a topic, like right now, a lot of us have been taught ways of love, and love is like this figmented idea that you compartmentalize how you love someone. Like you may love your mother one way, you love your sibling another way, your best friend another way, and your spouse this way. Okay. Now, with all of that, when we're coming to loving a spouse, loving that person, a lot of times we come from like an earthly sense. So like when they say like be of, but not to be of this world, when it comes to finding our soulmate or finding the person that we want to be with and marry, a lot of times people look on the wrong things to find what they think is the right way to be. All right, so here's what I mean by that. A lot of expectations where people are finding someone more to help them develop and grow and make them whole. So they're like, we want that 50-50 love. They want that duality where we can both make a whole. All right. And the challenge with that is that now this person is in there to fill a void. Once you grow, then what happens is you don't need that person to fill that void anymore. And then that's where some friction may occur in the relationship. This is where people may say, oh, we've grown apart, we're not the same, blah, 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 blah. Because unfortunately what happens is we pick them based on the fact that there is a special need for them. So therefore, like what happens is like boy meets girl, girl meets boy. We're looking at the physical, we're looking all on the outside first, and then we're possibly falling in love. We're going straight for the heart, and then we're learning about their mindset. We're learning how they think and all the other things that happen. The challenges with that is that you lose the friendship first. Okay, you lose getting to understand and know the person. You lose understanding who you are as a person. And because we're missing who we are as a person, we are not coming in as whole beings. All right. One of the best examples that I've heard, it was a friend of mine. They did a video, and one of the things that he said was like creating a relationship can be like two batteries in a remote. All right. And we've all had a remote control that had two batteries. And would you agree that the remote would actually work better when you put two brand new fully charged batteries in there? Of course you would, because we know as soon as you hit that button, it's going to push. So take the relationship as the remote and take the batteries as each human being. All right. So what if you took out one of the fully charged batteries and you put a half charged battery in? All right. Now the battery, the actual remote, the whole relationship is working more on the one person instead versus the other. Okay. Or if you have two weak batteries, say you find two old batteries, they're both weak, broken down, they half their energy is gone, and you stick those in there together, you have a remote where you're constantly trying to push and force things to move forward. Okay. So that's kind of how it is with relationships. So if you don't take time to work on yourself first and find out who you truly are, what your special gifts are, and everything else, you take time to work, then what happens is you're finding the person on a weak level. You're like that weak battery finding another weak battery, and you both are just trying to work to compensate each other until you both either burn out. Most of the time, that's what happens with relationships. They burn out, they fizzle out, and now you're starting all over again. So if you're in that starting over phase, take time out for you. Take some time out relationship-wise and Figure out who you are, figure out the things that you love to do, and figure out the things that make you happy. If you're in a relationship and you're at that point where it's starting to go back on that low phase, or it is straight up on that low phase, take time out for you. There's nothing wrong with that. Don't make a decision when you're in the bad emotions. I've done that. It doesn't work out right. So just take some time out for yourself and find some things that make you happy. Allow that person to find themselves too and find the things that make them happy. And then allow each other to be who you truly are, and depending on how long that relationship is, it may take a period of time for you guys to accept this new change. So don't get discouraged. Learn to have patience with this. Someone who's been impatient in her life, trust me, be patient with the process. It may take 6 months. It may take a year or 2 years for them to identify that, hey, you're really trying to make a transition and accept them for who they are, and vice versa. And it's great that you share something like this, a video with them like this, or whatever you're learning and reading and growing, so that way they kind of have an idea of what's influencing you. Because if they know you, they know you. You know what I mean? So you have to be realistic. You have to be real with what you are, what hand you've been dealt, and what cards have been given to you to have you in the situation that you're in right now. A lot of us have gotten married or are married because we've done it the societal way, the way things have been taught for us to do. At a certain age, you find the right person, you get married, you have children, you get the job, you've already gone to school, you've done this, you've done that, you have retirement, and they put you on this plan. You know what I mean? Where instead, the way God designed us, the way we were actually made, if you even think about the human body, like, women are allowed to procreate at an early age when we're still children. Really, like when we're like 13, 14, that's when, some younger, is when our body's just saying it's ready to have babies. Now that's a whole other topic. We won't go there. But I'm just using that as an example for you to see that society has set us up in a way that is conflicting to the way we are of our natural design. And this is what's in part is creating the levels of stress, and which is pulling people apart, because it's a clear identifier that we weren't taught everything that we needed to be taught as spiritual beings from birth. So therefore we're doing things backwards, even just to find a mate, a husband, a wife, a soulmate, you know what I mean, a twin flame, whatever you are destined to find and settle down with and grow with. It's important that you really do invest in this, because if you really think about it, this is more important than a job. The person that you decide to be with is more important than any other decision that you're going to make in your life, because when you wake up, when you're laying in that bed and you guys wake up, that is the first person in your ear. Whether they say nothing to you at all and ignore you and get out the bed like you don't exist, or they sit and tell you sweet words and uplift you, or they're shattering your dreams because they're thinking that you're nothing. Whatever the case may be, that's the first point of contact you have. So you better think very strong and hard before you make that decision to put someone in your life permanently, because it can really make or break who you truly become if you don't know who yourself. All right. So I'm Keshia Martin, your spiritual teacher and energy healer. Subscribe to the channel so that way you can be in tune when the ladies to queens. Actually, I renamed it. It's not just going to be open for women. I switched it all up. So we're going to have like a relation attraction shit. I haven't come up with a name. I'm usually good at names, but right now I'm stuck. So we have a name. There will be a workshop coming up for relationships. It'll teach you how to get over the past hurts. It'll teach you how to heal, get through past hurts, understand how love as it's designed. And we're really getting some core fundamentals, and I'm going to have some really good people, some guest speakers on board. So subscribe to this channel, and like, and really, if you're dealing with certain things now, whether you're alone or in a relationship, reflect. Here's my takeaway for you. It's not a bad thing if you have to go back and think out those pains to let it go. Just don't stay there. if there's arguments, if there's fights, if there's hurt, if there's pain, forgive you. More importantly, forgive yourself in this process, and also forgive him or her. All right. A lot of us only know what we know. It's not like you know better and you're just choosing to do wrong. All right. And if you have one of those, then you really got to think about the situation. Just seriously, just saying. But a lot of people just don't know any better. And that's why they are the way they are. So this is Keshia Martin, your spiritual teacher / energy healer, and please subscribe to the channel, and I will see you the next time. Have a great day.